YouTube, what's going on? It's Listing 3270 with Listing Unfiltered. This video is going to be my opinions on Riddick Big Daddy Bowe as a fighter and his career. I thought that Riddick Bowe was a very unique fighter. I think Eddie Futch, the late great trainer, summed it up best. He said something like, Bowe was one of the most naturally talented heavyweights he had ever seen. And I have to agree with that. I think Bowe was definitely unique for quite a few reasons. He had good power, good right hand. He also had a good jab. One of the few big men that could actually fight on the inside. He was soft on his feet. Was a good finisher. He had a fairly good chin, although I'll touch on his flaws in a minute. I think Bowe was very good, and ultimately I think that he, I don't want to say was wasted his potential, but I think Bowe could have been bigger, a bigger, more popular fighter, and his career probably should have lasted longer than it did. I think he underachieved a bit. Of his flaws, his conditioning, and fluctuating in weights, between fights, was never a good thing, and it came back to haunt him. But something that a lot of fans don't really ever speak about with Riddick Bowe is his defense. For being an elite fighter, I think you have to have above average defense, and Bowe's defense was absolutely horrible. Got hit with everything, the same punches over and over again. In the Holyfield trilogy, those were wars, and Bowe had taken a lot of headshots, and he really wasn't defensively responsible. And unfortunately for Bowe, he ran into Andrew Golota, and he was a severely diminished fighter at that point. His power wasn't even there anymore. The Golota and Bowe fights were very sad to watch, because Golota, dominated Bowe, and he made Bowe look very bad. And the punishment he gave Bowe was horrible, and just the constant headshots, and then the low blows, and it really beat Bowe bad. And it just his defense is, it was horrible. He should have never taken so much punishment in those fights. A guy like Andrew Golota, who, another sad case. Maybe I'll do a video on him as well. But Andrew Golota had a lot of unique tools too, but mentally he wasn't there. He was somewhere else, and unfortunately, he just wasn't mentally wrapped tight. And that's why when Layman Brewster and Lennox Lewis faced Andrew Golota, their attitudes were, we're getting him the hell out of here. We're not going to be dealing with what he did to Bowe and some other fighters with the low blows and the fouls. They were determined to get him out of there, and they did. They both got him out of there. First round, none of that stuff. And sadly for Bowe, though, he was a victim. And it's very unfortunate, because I think that had Bowe's career, gone on longer, maybe we would have gotten a Lennox Lewis showdown, or, seen, maybe Razor Ruddick and Bowe, or, Tyson. I mean, Tyson was probably locked up about that. Yeah, Tyson was locked up about that time. But if we fast forward, well, that timeline really doesn't fit too well. I mean, Tyson was diminished when he got out of prison. He wasn't the same. And if we're taking the Bowe from after the Golota fight and putting him in with Tyson, they're both diminished fighters. But I think that'll be a fantasy matchup that I do a video on too. Bowe and Tyson. I think that would have been interesting. No one really talks about that. I've never heard anyone come up with that fantasy fight, so maybe I'll delve into that. But prime for prime, though. Prime for prime. But yeah, I just feel that Riddick Bowe underachieved a bit, and it's unfortunate. He definitely had the tools, and if he had a different mindset in terms of conditioning and training and eating right, and a real discipline about, staying in shape, sky could have been the limit for him. And I always wondered about, a showdown with Lennox Lewis and Riddick Bowe and how that would have played out. Now, I won't, on this video say who I felt would have won. Maybe I'll do a video on that too, because that actually, there was some heat behind those two, and it was very interesting. But those are my thoughts about Riddick Bowe. For everybody watching the video, what were your opinions of Riddick Bowe as a fighter? Did you like him? You think he was underrated? Give me your perspectives, on Bowe, and leave them in the comment section. I'm active in the comment section. And, that's going to be it for this particular video. Hopefully you all liked it. So please like, share, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the page. It helps the page. I'm just getting started out, so if you guys have any videos you would like me to do, I will definitely consider doing them. And thank you. Till next time, I'm out.